Hello everyone, my name is Sadie and I am an ADHD witch and a spiritual practitioner here on YouTube. I make videos about how to use spiritual practices such as astrology to improve upon yourself and upon your mental health. Today I'm going to be talking about some of my problems with pop astrology or mainstream astrology on the internet, and just provide you guys some of my perspective as more of a traditional astrologer than like a pop astrologer. Please like and subscribe if you like content like this, and let's get right into it. I know every single astrologer says this. The sun sign, oh my goodness. What is this obsession? I think it comes from things like co-star or like Twitter astrology. I honestly don't know, but it's a complete oversimplification. You'll probably have every single sign in your chart. So it's just very silly to only think you're one sign, because that is totally not the case. And your rising sign has a lot more to do with yourself and the lens through which you live your life. So I would definitely recommend reading horoscopes based on your rising if you like to do that. But I'm honestly not a big horoscope person. I don't think they're very informative. So also, astrology is not magic. I feel like many people, they only see astrology from the outside looking in, and there's kind of like this almost gatekeeping of knowledge when astrologers don't explain the reasons why. When you don't explain the why behind something, then who knows what kind of information you're getting. And everything you hear about astrology you can't take as the truth, because let me be honest, there is a lot of misinformation out there, and you have to do your own research and understand the why yourself to make informed decisions. Astrology is a philosophy. It's like anything, you can study it and you can learn it yourself. So it is really frustrating to see people think that it's magical or only certain people can do it, because if you sit down and you study it, you can do it as well. Okay, I also have more to say about the rising or your ascendant. I hate when people say this is your mask or this is how you first come off to people, because no, this is literally your self and your identity, your physical body. It's literally the sign that was rising over your birth time. So it is very significant to yourself. I am going to talk about witch talk. There are some people on TikTok who do make good content about magic and astrology and so on and so forth. So I'm not saying that all of it is bad, but it's more kind of like the popular and the viral videos that I see having misinformation, whether it's about the age of Aquarius, peace and love and all that stuff, or whether it's literally just making like magic bottles. It's like witchcraft is so much more than that, and so it's hard because in TikTok you only get 60 seconds max. I mean, you only get a very one-sided view of it in some ways. Also, there were witches on Witch Talk telling people to like hex the moon and stuff a few like months ago. I don't know if people like remember that, but what was that? And it's embarrassing because it makes all witches look so stupid. Like everyone in the spiritual community looks dumb when people do that stuff. Also, there are astrological codes. So as an astrologer, I am not supposed to engage in conduct that could damage the reputation of fellow astrologers or the profession. And if you're a serious astrologer or a serious spiritual practitioner in some way, you are going to take this very seriously. And it's just frankly kind of embarrassing to see like really young baby witches who honestly don't know what they're doing, like taking gifts from the fae and hexing random people, because girl, you don't want to mess with that juju. Yeah, you don't want to do that. And with the spiritual community, there is a lot of cultural appropriation, which really irks me. There's also a lot of anti-science, with kind of like the anti-vax and conspiracy community that has kind of latched on to the spiritual community. I mean, yeah, it's just very, as an astrologer, I still believe in science. As a spiritual practitioner, I still believe in science, because the thing about science is, yeah, there are still things that we're still learning, but especially with things like the coronavirus, like, oh, that is a whole thing. Yeah, we gotta get vaccinated, y'all. I know all vaccines are not made the same, but especially with COVID, we gotta get vaccinated, guys. We have to do it. And I also see this kind of hyperfixation in the spiritual community with like psychedelics, and that can be extremely damaging for people with mental illness like myself. I'm not saying like no one is allowed to do it, but I just would give a word of caution, because it has become so popularized as like the cure to everything, and anything that's marketed as the cure to everything is not the cure to everything. It is too good to be true. When you struggle with mental illness, it really comes down to taking your medication if that works for you, taking care of yourself, and starting up practices or tactics or strategies that can help you throughout your life based on your personal needs. Astrology shouldn't be about clickbait. It shouldn't be about saying the craziest thing you possibly can. It should be about understanding the reasons why and enjoying the nuance and the duality of astrology and of spiritual practices. So if you see something on the internet, I challenge you to fact check that ish. Please fact check me as well. Please get your information from several different resources, because we want to stay informed and be smart spiritualists out here, because the internet is a crazy place, y'all. But thank you so much for watching this. If you like this content, please comment below, hit the like button, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!